Hi guys, Dr. Hardy here, and welcome to Jeopardy with me. I think this will be fun. I'm going to wait maybe a minute or so to see if other people will join us. In the meantime, I'm just going to be looking at my settings and make sure everything is good. Make sure that you can hear me okay. If you can hear me okay, type that in the comments, please. All right, so let's get started. So as you can see on this board, we have various topics on the top and different dollar amounts. So each question, as we increase in the dollar amount, it should get a little bit harder for some. The topics at the top are let's talk about carbs, grade my plate video questions, there's sweet as sugar, reading the label, and which plate is healthier. So we're just going to go through the first two columns today. So let's start with let's talk about carbs. All right, so let's talk about carbs for $200. Which food has a higher amount of carbs? A, 1 medium potato, or B, 1 corn on the cob? Write your answer in the comments and I'll give you about 20 seconds. All right, the answer is a potato. And that's just something you're going to have to look up. So I want to prompt you to start looking up the carb count or nutrient profile of food. So you can Google, the nutrition profile of a potato, or what is the carb content in a potato versus corn, and start comparing and start getting an idea of what you're eating. And before you know it, you start getting a core idea of, what has a lot and what doesn't. Next question. Let's talk about carbs for $400. Would you not eat if you were trying a low carb diet? A, broccoli, or B, banana? Put your answer in the comments. All right, the answer. Banana. Let's talk about carbs for $600. So which amount of carbs defines a keto diet? A, less than 20 grams a day, B, less than 40 grams a day, or C, less than 50 grams a day? Write your answer in the comments. The answer is less than 50 grams of carbs per day defines a keto diet. All right, let's talk about carbs for $800. In how many sections of the 3-sectioned healthy plate on my Grade My Plate videos can you find carbs? A, 1 section, B, 2 sections, or C, 3 sections? So in how many sections of that 3-section plate can you find carbs? And this is the plate that I use, my template on the Grade My Plate videos. All right, the answer is 2 sections. So we have one section at the top, the largest section where you're allowed to have all fruit, all vegetables, or a combination of both. And then the section, a quarter of the plate, that allows you to have the carb or the whole grain. So yes, there are carbs in fruits and vegetables, not just in that quarter of the plate. Let's go to the next column. Grade My Plate video questions for $200. A plate should have, and I just went over this, A, protein, B, all fruit, all vegetables, or a combination of both, or C, the whole grain. Put your answer in the comments. The answer is B, all fruit, all vegetables, or a combination of both. All right, Grade My Plate video questions for $400. So you would have had to watch my videos, my Grade My Plate videos, to be able to answer these questions. True or false? Under Grade My Plate guidelines, it is okay to have mashed potatoes and corn on the same plate. Put your answer in the comments. That is false. So remember, potatoes has a high glycemic index, meaning that it spikes your blood sugar higher when you eat it. Your pancreas, the gland that produces insulin to help lower your blood sugar, has to work harder to get those sugar values under control. And corn does the same exact thing. So with the healthy plate, only 1/4 of the plate is designated for your carb or whole grain. And in this question, it had 2 carbs. So you cannot have 2 carbs on the plate. All right, let's get back to the home screen. Grade My Plate video questions for $600. So under Grade My Plate guidelines, a plate with shrimp and vegetables is considered a low carb plate, or B, a keto plate. That would be a. So remember, a keto plate is basically a meat and a vegetable. I'm using that loosely, but generally, if you eat just a meat and a vegetable, you're probably falling into keto. And if you have an additional like whole grain or carb, you're stepping out of the keto realm, but you definitely can have 50 grams or less of carbs in keto per day. That's 50 grams per day, not per meal, not per plate, per day. All right, and the last question for the Grade My Plate video questions for $800. You have fried chicken, collard greens, and mac and cheese on the serving table. Where should you place the collard greens in this plate? Section 1, Section 2, or Section 3? Put your answer in the comments. And that would be section 3, the largest section of the plate where you have all fruits or all vegetables or a combination of both. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that this is teaching you and helping you to remember how to eat healthy when you're going out to places and you have your plate in front of you. I hope you hear my little voice in your head asking you, where does your vegetables go? Where do different things go on your plate? And I hope that you can follow these guidelines that will lead you to a healthier you. All right, so I am going to end this and we will continue the board. I don't know when, but within the week or so. All right, guys, good night.